All right, let's get right into it. What if I told you that the key to surviving today's crazy stock market isn't in some brand new trading book, but in a text that's over 2,000 years old? Yeah, sounds kind of out there, but we're about to see how some seriously ancient wisdom can give us a roadmap for the investor's battlefield of today. I mean, does this sound familiar to you? You are putting in the hours, you're doing all the research, you're staring at charts, and your portfolio is just flat, spinning its wheels. Every breakout just fails. Every single good-looking chart feels like it's just a trap waiting to spring. It's beyond frustrating, right? And honestly, this is probably the most dangerous part of any market cycle.
And you know what? That feeling, it's not new. Not at all. It's actually the exact spot the legendary warrior Arjuna found himself in, right on the battlefield. Picture this. He's surrounded by his enemies, he's got his bow, his arrows, he's ready to go. But mentally, he's completely shattered. He is just ready to quit. He's lost the will to even fight. Sound like anyone we know when they look at their portfolio these days?
And that right there, that is the absolute core of the problem. See, the biggest danger in a market like this isn't really about losing a bit of money. It's the psychological beatdown. It's that slow creep of doubt where you start to lose faith in your system, then you lose faith in your whole process, and, well, ultimately, you start to lose faith in yourself.
So, that brings us to this first huge idea from the Bhagavad Gita. It turns out the battle we think we're fighting, the one against the market, it's actually taking place somewhere totally different. So let's just stop for a second and really think about that. If the real enemy isn't the market, if it's not the latest news headline or some big hedge fund, then who or what is the real opponent here? What's really sabotaging our success?
And here it is, the answer. Straight from Krishna, the greatest enemy is our own unconquered mind. Think about that. When your mind is disciplined, it's the best friend you could ever ask for in this game. But when it's not, man, it becomes your own worst enemy, working against you every single step of the way.
This image just captures it perfectly, doesn't it? It shows that inner tug of war. On one side, you've got the unconquered mind, a slave to all those impulses we know so well. Greed, fear, you name it. And on the other side, you have the conquered mind. That's our best friend, our powerful ally. The whole point is that the path to getting better, to mastery, isn't out there in the market. The entire war is happening right between our ears.
Okay, so let's get really specific here. What are we talking about? Well, think of these as the actual soldiers of that undisciplined mind. There's impatience, right? The one that makes you jump into a trade way too early. Oh, and revenge trading after you take a loss. We've all been there. And of course, good old FOMO, fear of missing out, that makes you chase stocks at the absolute worst time. I'm telling you, these things, they destroy more accounts than any bear market ever will.
All right, so we've identified the enemy within. Now let's kind of zoom out a bit and get some perspective on the world outside, on the market itself. Every single market cycle has a totally new story, a new narrative. One minute, it's a global pandemic. The next, it's runaway inflation. Then it's some geopolitical crisis. The headlines are always changing. But, and this is the key, underneath all that noise, the fundamental pattern of human emotion, that wild swing from total euphoria to absolute pain, that part never, ever changes.
And this is such a great way to think about it. Instead of seeing the market as this random, chaotic mess, picture it as having seasons. You've got your bull markets, those are the warm, easy summers where everything grows. And then you have the bear markets, the sideways grinds. Those are the cold, hard winters. It's just the natural cycle.
And this is where the Gita gives us the perfect frame of mind. Just like winter and summer, these times of happiness and distress, of profit and pain, they're temporary. They come and then they go. The real wisdom here isn't trying to fight the winter, it's learning to tolerate it, to endure it, knowing that spring is always, always on its way.
And that's the real prize, because the discipline, the resilience, the pure, hard-won knowledge you gain just by making it through these tough times, that's what makes you an absolute force to be reckoned with when the good times roll back around. Surviving the winter is the only way to truly thrive in the summer.
Okay, this all sounds great in theory, but how do we actually do it? How do we put it into practice? Well, that brings us to our third, and maybe the most practical insight of all. It's a really powerful strategy that's all about shifting your focus away from what you can't control and onto the one thing you can. This is honestly one of the most game-changing ideas for any trader or investor. Our job, our duty, is to do the work. The preparation, the research, the journaling, executing our plan flawlessly. That's our part. The results, the profits, the losses, they're not up to us.
They're not ours to control. The market will give what the market will give when it's ready. And this right here, this is the goal. This is the ideal state for an investor. The Gita calls it being yoga stat. It's this art of equanimity. It means being perfectly balanced between success and failure, between profit and loss. It's all about doing your job, following your process, and letting go of your attachment to the outcome. You are not your last trade, good or bad.
So let's just nail this down. Equanimity. What does it really mean? It means doing your work, all your analysis, your risk management, without getting emotionally hijacked by the result. It's that calm, inner balance. It is the mindset of a true professional.
So here's the big reframe. This market we're in right now, I know it feels flat, it feels boring, but it's not. This is your training ground. This is your dojo. This is the time you get to refine your process, study your charts, build killer watch lists, all without the distraction and the noise of easy money. This isn't downtime, this is training time.
All right, let's wrap this all up. Let's bring it all home. This tough market, it isn't just something you have to grit your teeth and get through. It's actively forging you into a stronger, better investor.
I mean, just think back to Arjuna on that battlefield. Krishna's advice wasn't to just wave a magic wand and make the enemy army vanish. The challenge, the battlefield itself, it didn't change one bit.
What changed was internal. Krishna didn't remove the enemy. He removed Arjuna's confusion. He got rid of his self-doubt and his despair. And that's our goal here too. We don't need the market to get better. We need to get better at how we see the market.
And these are the real profits you're making right now. The discipline to stick to your plan when there's zero immediate reward. The patience to sit on your hands and wait for the perfect setup. And maybe most importantly, the humility to accept that the market is always the boss. These skills are worth so much more than any quick profit you could make.
Look, if there is just one thing you take away from all this, please let it be this idea. This market is not punishing you. It is preparing you. It is forging you, like steel in a fire, into the kind of investor who can survive and even thrive in any season the market throws at you.
So when you boil it all down, this tough market is offering you a choice. It's basically a free masterclass in discipline, patience, and humility. Its purpose right now isn't to hand you profits on a silver platter. It's here to shape your character for a lifetime of success in this game. So the only real question left is, are you going to let it